Let's get right into it. I don't want to spend too much time lollygagging and beating around the bush. Camilla Harris ain't black. And if you one of them black folks that think she black, I got bad news for you. You sadly mistaken. I never even heard this woman come out of her own mouth and profess to ever being black. But I seen her come out of her mouth and profess to being Indian and wearing Indian attire and dressing up in Indian clothes, but she never professed to being black. But let's just say for the sake of argument, for some of y'all black folks that want to make her black by any means necessary. And let's just say for the sake of that she is black. She ain't a foundational black American lineage, which means she'll do absolutely nothing for foundational black Americans. She's already doing for the black immigrants, the Hispanic immigrants, and all these Indian immigrants and immigrants, period. She's done for them, but she's done nothing for foundational black Americans, but bury our needs and interests under all these other groups of people. And I watched the DNC rally up there in Chicago, and they brought Barack Obama out, Michelle Obama, and several other people telling us we need to vote for Kamala Harris. They always tell us we need to vote for Kamala Harris, but they never actually say what's her policies, what she offering foundational black Americans to vote, because she got nothing for us. And truth be told, neither party got nothing for us. And I ain't into just a melanated so-called black face in a high place. Because when Barack Obama was in office, and I'm 40 years old. When Barack Obama was in office, out of every other president in my 40 years, more black folks got slaughtered under his administration, unjustly got slaughtered under his administration and unalived. And meanwhile, he turned a blind eye to it and passed LGBTQ rights. Insane. And I don't respect that. He turned a blind eye to all those black folks being unjustly slaughtered. Act like it didn't even happen. Act like it didn't even exist. Act like he didn't even know what was going on, truth be told. And then they like to push this narrative, oh, well, the ancestors died for voting rights. Our ancestors didn't die for no damn voting rights. Our ancestors died because they stood up toe to toe with the system of racism, white supremacy. And these white supremacists died before letting that system go down. They love it too much. So that's why the ancestors died. And I don't believe if the ancestors were still living, if they were still around, they would even want us to be voting to vote and get nothing for the vote. They wouldn't even rock with that because they was trying to get stuff for their vote back then. They was trying to get rights and stuff for themselves. They wouldn't just want us to be voting to vote and getting nothing for the vote. Then Reverend Lyra Al Sharpton came out and brought our brothers to Central Park 5 out. And I rock with the brothers of Central Park 5, Corey Wise, but I do believe they paid for by the Democratic plantation as well. They talked about how Donald Trump called for their unjust execution and took out front page ads in the New York Times and spent thousands of dollars to do so, which he did do. And he never offered them brothers up any apology for that. And Donald Trump, in my book, is a stone cold racist. He ain't no better than Kamala Harris. They both racist. Kamala Harris, where her affinity lies with the person she's laying with. Her affinity lies to white people and immigrants, not no foundational black Americans. But Donald Trump is a stone cold racist. And if it seems that black folks are leaning a little bit more into Donald Trump, that's only because we got a common enemy now, this mass immigration, which is flooding our neighborhoods most times as foundational black Americans and burying our needs and interests. But I want to pose a question to the black family. What happens when Donald Trump, if he gets into office, gets rid of all this mass immigration? Then his foot goes right back to being on foundational black Americans' neck. And I ain't with that. That ain't cool to me. That ain't cool to me one bit. And what happens if he loses for some chance he loses this election? He's going to flip the narrative. Oh, I was cheated. I was robbed of this. And what that is going to do, all roads lead back to foundational black Americans. That's going to put a bullseye on our back from these white supremacist groups. And, they'll blame us for that like they blame us for everything. But even though we ain't scared, we stand up in the face of any oppression and never back down. But I just want the family to think about that narrative, if that were to happen. But the best thing, and I say this out of love and admiration for my people, the best thing I think we can do as foundational black Americans is hold the vote. Neither party got no tangibles they talking about. No party is talking about reparations, no black hate crime bill, because our people out here in these streets getting slaughtered left and right, and they giving them a green light, the system to do so. And I don't want to hear about no Project 2025, with the police and this, that, and the other, because him giving the police immunity, because the police already got immunity. If you know, like I know, all of these race soldiers running around here unaliving black folks, they already got immunity. You know, that ain't going to change. What we need to do is just start getting on code in our communities with our people that we can immediately impact, our family, our loved ones, our friends, other foundational black Americans in the community. Start doing business with them, start talking to them, start lifting your people up, start codifying, complete codification. And what this would do is this will spill over and give us leverage into all areas of our lives. And then we'll be stronger because our collective power will be stronger and we'll be able to get more done. But this voting the vote and getting nothing for the vote, it's played out just like these no good politicians and presidential candidates trying to get us to vote while giving us nothing. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.